Hey, I'm Daniel Snyder with Seeking Alpha. Welcome to this incredible interview that we have with Jason Appel from Crypto Waves newsletter here on Seeking Alpha. Jason has been behind some of the best calls using the Elliott wave theory within the crypto realm. Jason, how are you doing today?
Doing great. Thank you, Darren.
Great. So I just want to go ahead and dive into this. This has been an incredible week for crypto. Actually this month, right? We started off towards 60K. Now we're getting a pullback. There's Elon Musk in the news coming out about the energy required to mine crypto, which he doesn't believe in. Kathy Wood comes out, gives the upper price target for $500,000 for one Bitcoin. What is your take on all of this? What is the price action telling you when it comes to Bitcoin or Ethereum?
Well, the price action right now is telling me that we're in a correction inside of a larger bull cycle. So I still see the price action as bullish overall, even though this week we've had an incredible decline, down 50% from the highs in Bitcoin last month. But this correction still looks like it's part of the greater bull cycle that we're currently in. As far as Elon Musk and Kathy Wood, Elon Musk's public revelations that Bitcoin takes a lot of energy to mine are not exactly news. That's information that is periodically released, and it's not necessarily. It's an interesting thing to assign the decline to that. Ryan and I don't particularly speculate too much as to why price is declining. We more choose to analyze the action just as it is in terms of price.
Right, and that's because you're using the Elliott wave theory, correct? So you're not worried about what China's doing to Bitcoin or what the IRS is looking to do with our new tax forms. You're strictly looking at price and just trying to calculate from there?
Exactly. So at any given time, there's a lot of news happening as crypto becomes more public, as is more visible. There's more and more news about it. At any given time, there's plenty of news that can be bullish or bearish for price. And so I don't wish to opine as to what's causing the different moves. It's not strange for someone to say that what's happening with China is causing people to sell.
Right. So you're in the full. This is a bull market. You are fully in that boat. So you're not looking at this pretty much 50% decline saying, oh no, we're in a bear market like it would be with stocks. You're saying that this is just a pullback. Buyers are about to step back in. Do you see any catalyst that's going to push the next leg higher?
As far as news, I don't know what will be the next piece of news in the cycle that will propel us higher. I don't have a crystal ball to see what's going to happen in real world events and such. But I can say that even with this decline taking price down more than 50% in Bitcoin at this point, it really has still stayed within the parameters of our Elliott wave supports. And as long as we're holding those Elliott wave supports, we will favor a bullish resolution once the selling has completed.
Gotcha. And so we talked about Bitcoin. Some of our viewers might be in Ethereum, right? So are you saying that's the same case for Ethereum, that is still holding the bull market?
Indeed, I would say that in Ethereum. I would say right now that Ethereum has the potential for a deeper decline here than Bitcoin does in terms of what we're seeing in our Elliott wave. We're between two different potentials here, where Ether could find support right alongside and in tandem with Bitcoin, and then head quite a bit higher. I still have much more bullish targets on Ether, but it's possible that after this current round of selling is done, that Ether has another test of a low and then to head back higher. To speak in terms of more specifics, I could see Ether down in the mid-teens, something in the 13 to 1700 range. But from there, I still see a bullish resolution from that. So we could see Ether in the 9,000 level later this year or into 2022.
That's news to me, right? Because as we hear about a lot, there's less and less volume in this market because of Ethereum staking, or even with Bitcoin, right? People are buying Bitcoin and holding the Bitcoin, reducing volume. Is that why we're getting this increased volatility because of the new staking with Ethereum 2.0?
It could be. It certainly could be. I mean, the less liquidity that you have on the market, the easier it is to push price around. That said, people taking Ether and Bitcoin off of exchanges to hold it would tend to have a more bullish outcome on price. Would tend to have a more bullish effect on it because essentially you're reducing the available supply, and relative to whatever demand is out there, price can propel it higher. But similarly, with the reduced liquidity here, we can see more volatility, exactly as you're talking about. That's a reasonable argument indeed.
Right. And so I have to ask you though. So you're such a firm believer in Elliott wave theory and using this in the crypto world. Why do you think Elliott wave theory is working within crypto, especially since it's a newer space? Because I mean, Elliott wave theory goes back in the stock market for decades.
So Elliott wave theory is primarily a tool to gauge what's happening in sentiment in different markets. Our methodology involving use of a lot of Fibonacci mathematics to more accurately and more objectively look at the different wave structures is certainly very helpful to get more accurate targets and to get a better sense of turns and inflection points of importance in the market. But essentially, crypto is not a space yet that has an established set of fundamentals as to what are the fundamental drivers that intrigue investors into buying or selling, increasing or reducing risk, etc. Even when you look over at the stock market, there's plenty of disagreements as to what specific fundamentals, given all the information that's available about companies, litany of details about the company's performance and fundamental details about the space that they're in. There's still disagreement in the stock market as to what are the key fundamentals that will drive price. But with crypto here, it being so young, it is almost a purely sentiment-driven market. As we can't, it's very difficult to say what are the fundamentals that are driving price.
I mean, in our last interview with Ryan, who anyone watching that may not be aware, Ryan Wilday is your partner in the Crypto Waves newsletter. He was telling us that you guys didn't look at all the white papers for all the crypto coins that you follow. So that makes complete sense, and that you're just focused on the price chart action. But speaking of which, because you cover Bitcoin, you cover Ethereum, and you cover a ton of altcoins. So how is it that you and Ryan decide which altcoins you cover within your Crypto Waves newsletter?
I do a scan each week through a variety of different coins. I will look on the various exchanges that I'm trading on to see which ones are trading in sizable volume, which ones are big movers, and typically we'll go from there. A survey of them will go through charts, and we'll do Elliott wave analysis on them, and those that have attractive Elliott wave setups will make it to our list of cryptos to follow. And if there's really something that we see a more short-term or medium time frame trading opportunity on, we will look to take a position in that. And we do post those potential trade setups inside of our service that's available to our members.
Right. And so let's touch on the people that haven't gotten into crypto yet, though. So this market, as it's all across the news, it's very volatile, and we've had such a big pullback. What is the state of the market right now for people that might be curious about entering, or maybe want to wait for a second because they're expecting more of a pullback? What would you say to people right now if they're trying to find their entry point?
I wouldn't necessarily say that everybody should be jumping in here. I would say, though, to those that are interested in the space, one of the things that I tend to notice anecdotally is that when price is at or near its all-time highs or nearing some very important high, tends to be the point where those who are looking to get into it are really excited about what it's doing, and they have a lot of fear of missing out, and they'll jump in right at the highs Similarly, when price declines tremendously, like we've seen 50% in a short period of time, those same people are also very fearful of jumping in at this point because they're seeing a lot of volatility. So, I see a lot of people out there who are driven by fear, basically at both directions. They're fearful of putting their money at risk when prices are declining, and they're fearful of missing out when prices are booming. And we want to look at things in sort of the opposite of that. So long as we are maintaining our support levels, we look at pullbacks as an opportunity. So, for example, everyone in crypto waves has seen that Ryan and I have been showing over the past several weeks that we've been reducing our overall exposure to have a lot of available cash on hand to purchase at these lower levels here. So the general tenor of the chat room that we operate is not in a panic right now. There's a lot of excitement and a lot of verve in the room, but it's generally not feeling. It generally doesn't have the tenor of a lot of panic. Instead, people are seeing that this is an opportunity. This is a pullback. You want to buy at a discount. That's your best opportunity. And so, for those who are new to the space and looking to get in, understand that you want to not be interacting with the market from a very fearful place, but you want to look at it, with an opportunistic sense, so that when prices are cheap, that's when you want to be buying. And when prices really boom and get rich, that's when you want to take a little bit of your risk off the table.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Jason, you are a very generous man. You gave us a lot of little insight information within this interview. Let's go ahead and stop here. I'm sure there's going to be more Bitcoin and crypto news right around the corner, probably as soon as we release this. It seems to be popping up every minute of every day now. For everyone watching, if you would like to do a trial of crypto waves, use the link below this video, jump into the service with Jason and Ryan, and they will help guide you with the Elliott wave theory and the wild, wild west of cryptocurrencies. Jason, thank you so much for your time today. We definitely owe you one.
Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Take care.